This conference will now be recorded.
Let me just bring up the agent. Okay, agent started successfully. Now we're looking for messages. Now I have one agent again running on my system. Okay, and I have one database on my system. I will connect with the database. This is my database. Alright, so this is my database connected. This is my local machine database. So what I will do now, I have one Oracle database and I will use the Oracle database connection here. So okay, so I will connect with this Oracle database connection. I will go here. So agent is running, it's up and running. Now I will try to communicate with this database. We go to connections. I will create new connection. So I will search here Oracle database. This one. Okay. Oracle database connection. I will give some name here. Oracle DB connection. And use type role type I will keep as both invoke as well as trigger. Okay. Now in configure connectivity, I have to give the database host. So these details have to take it from here. Okay. Or you can find it in the TNS entry. Okay. So in this case, my host is my system IP or my system host. So here it will be this one. Okay. Port is 1521. You can see it from sessions, connection. So here I can see this is my host, this is my port 1521, and this is my SID. Right. SID is Excel. That's okay. Come down. I have to provide the username and password here. So this username and password will be of your app schema username and password. So in this case, it will be HR. I'm using the HR schema to connect it. Okay. Now here agent group. I have to configure select the agent group which we have created here. So this is my agent group. You can see here. I will select this one and use this. Okay. Now the bar has reached 25% test. Okay. It is reached to 100%. Save. And close. Alright. The connection is created now. Okay. One. Now this is my agent homepage. So under this agent, I will go to logs. So in this logs, I will open this agent diagnostics log file. Okay, so this agent diagnostics log file, it will give me all the logging details. Okay, so if I come to the end, you will see something down here. Ping command executed, processing ping command. So you will be able to see it somewhere here only. So basically, it used to give me all the logging details here. It should be somewhere here. Okay, so you will be able to see here property used for application instance creation. This database type host. Okay, agent name, username. It is giving all these details here. Starting agent, the agent we started just now. Starting agent, initializing configure working pool. Okay, again see properties that again I have connected now. It is giving me the details here. Response from ping execution done. Here you will be able to see with which machine you are, with which agent or with which machine you are connected, basically in the agent diagnostics log detail. Okay, so now what I will do, I will create one table, or let me see, the table should be already there. Okay, so this table is already there with me. Okay, EMB table is already there with me. So I will expose one REST service of the post type, and which will insert the data into this particular table of database. Okay, so I have one table called EMB. Will try to communicate with the EMB table and will insert few records into the same table. I will create one REST service for this. I will go to integrations, which will take, now this REST service will take some employee uh, data in JSON format, and that same data will insert into this table. Simple service. Let's click on create. Let's say insert into DB IR. Create. So here I will select some REST trigger point as REST connection. Here I will give insert EMB slash EMB, and here I will select the method as post. I will pass some payload here, and that I should get some response out of it. Next, so we'll create one payload. Payload we'll create in JSON format. Okay, so to create payload according to these columns: employee ID, first name, last name, and salary. So here I will say ID, initializing the file. Name, what is the one? Salary. Okay, I will make it as array type. Text. Okay, you understood this? Next, so for response, response, I will say I need to get the response in status. You understood, right? What I'm doing? Funny? Clear? Or any
Yes, yes.
confusion here?
No confusion.
Oh, good. Next. And done. So I will add the database connection here. Here I will say post employees. Here you see what operation do you want to perform. Here we have different operations. One is select a store procedure. If we want to use any store procedure or package, here we can use the same. Run SQL statement. If you have any SQL statement, you can directly select this operation. Next is perform an operation on a table. Okay, so as soon as I select this perform an operation on table, it will allow me to what operation do you want to select? Insert, update, insert or update, that is merge, and select operation. So you can select any of these operations. So there's some disturbance actually.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, so we are trying to insert the record into database. So I will select the insert operation. We'll say next. So here schema. I have to select the schema name. Schema name is HR. So it as soon as I click on next here, it will directly try to communicate with that agent, and it will give me all the schemas of that particular database. Okay.
Okay.
So schema I have selected here HR schema. Table type is table only. You have other option as well. If you want to select any of this, you can use any of these. So I will say table. That is my table. What is the table name? My table name is EMP. Click on search. If you have some table that you do not remember the exact name, so you can put the percentage here, like something XX, EMP percentage. You will get list of all the tables from here. Okay? As I know, my table name is EMP directly, so I just use EMP in search. If you want, you can give some other name. Okay, like if I want to give all search, there's nothing with it. Okay, there could be anything. So, EMP. Okay. Now, as I selected EMP percentage, I got to EMP employees. So we have this custom table called EMP. We will perform an operation on this. So I will select this and click on this selected. Select this. I will say import table. Okay. So I have to select one primary here. Okay. Select the parent database table. This is my parent database table. Now, if I come down, review and manage the parent database table relationship. If I have any parent and child database relation, I can manage it from here. I do not have anything, so I will leave it as it is. Now, second is review and filter columns from selected database. If I come here and if I want to select only few columns, I can select only few columns. If let's say if I do not want to insert the value into salary, I can uncheck this simply.
Okay.
Okay, and also it will show you which columns have not null constraint. So here
Hmm.
in employee ID, it is showing not null. In last name, it is showing me not null. Okay. If I go to advanced options, so here you can create any sequence of it. Okay. These are some advanced options. If you want to create any sequence, if you have any sequence, so let's say on employee table, if you want to select any sequence to insert the row, you can select it. I do not want to select anything. That's it. So I'm not going to do anything else here. So simply I will say next and done. Okay. Now come to the first method. Alright. Now you will see on the left hand side source is my payload, input payload, this one, the one which I created, ID, name, L name, salary. I will be passing the data through this, and this is my EMP table database columns. These are my EMP table database columns. Correct? So I've already,
Yes.
so if you see here, employee underscore ID, first name, last name, and salary. Same here, employee ID, first name, last name, and salary. And this is my repetitive element. So I will map this repeating element with this table, ID with ID, first name, last name, and salary. Validate and close it. Now in the second webber, I need to pass some response. So this is my response status. So what I will do now, here I will say insert. I'm hard coding one value here, insert it. Close. Okay, validate, close, tracking. Save and close. Let's activate this. Okay, it is activated now. It is not yet activated. It is why it's not coming. Now it has come. It is activated. Now we'll test this using Postman. This is post. Right. I can use this name, this format. Let me first delete this table. Okay, now I do not have anything. This table is empty. Okay, so I will try to insert few data here. Okay, simply I will say send. I got the response inserted. Yeah, this was my response. I had hard coded some response. Now I will come to database and I will query again. Here is the data.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. So like this, you can use the DB adapter and you can insert the data. Let me give you one more use case. So now I will use one use case for the basic routing. Okay, the simple one which we have not used it yet. So I will create one more integration here and I will select this. So as of now we were select using this app-driven orchestration only, right? So now I will show you one use case using this basic routing as well. As we are not using it, but anyways I will show you how we anyways if you get any of you know requirement to work on it, so you can use it. Okay. So in basic,
I have one doubt, Mohit, here.
yes, tell me.
On what basis we'll choose whether we go with REST or SOAP?
REST or SOAP. Okay, so see, that purely depends on your data, and also if you want to invoke any third-party service, so depending on that only you can choose that thing. Okay, so basically nowadays people are using REST only. SOAP is very limited usage, and that in REST it is free style of data. You can use XML and JSON and all, but in SOAP you can't use it everything like that. But and obviously, so if you want to create any new service, so you will be say first preference will be given to service only, not the SOAP one. But if you have some SOAP service which you want to invoke from the third party, then you should use SOAP only. That will be very faster.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that totally depends on you. Both will work. I'm not saying both will not work. Both will work, but depending on your choice, on your requirement, you can select any of these
Okay. So now you did inserting data into
database.
one table, right? That through
Yes.
REST. That can be done with SOAP also.
Yes, that can be done with SOAP. See, I have created this REST service that can be done using SOAP as well. So instead of creating REST, I will, create one SOAP connection, and I have to create the XSD. I've shown you the use cases of SOAP
Okay.
services, right?
XSD. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We have to see. We have to instead of creating this format, now we have to create XSD out of it. Then
Okay.
I
Okay.
can use the same. I have this access sample wisdom, correct? So here, so if you see here, this is my request. Okay, so under this request, this is my these are my elements, request element. So whatever elements I have here for the request, I have these four, right? So here
Yes.
I have to configure all four here, one, two, three, four, one by. Yes. So I have to create one XSD first, then same XSD, this is the visual file I have to use in the SOAP connection.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can use it, yes, you can use it, no issues. Very much easy. You can use it. Okay. So now come to the basic routing. This okay. So in basic routing, you cannot use for any kind of loop. Okay, any massaging to data or anything. So whatever data coming from the source system, you have to send it to the target. Simple. It is very simple. Simple data kind of thing means you do not have any complex conditions you have to use it. Anything you cannot perform it here.
Okay.
Okay. So here I will say insert employees basic. I will say create. Okay, so you see this is my source and this is my target. Anyway, this is trigger point, this is my loop point. Now, and also if you see here, I do not have any action menu, the one which we used to get in the app-driven orchestration for selecting any actions
Yes.
like
Yes.
a sign or anything loop and all. I do not have it here, correct? So here I have only the connections. These are my connections.
Yes.
So in the trigger point, I have to select that rest, the one which we created. So see, you can type directly here rest. You will get your connection names. Or if you want to scroll it down, you can see scroll down. You will be able to see whatever connections you have. You can select it. Yes, okay. So this is my connection test rest connection. I will simply select, drag, and drop it. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay, so like this you can do it. So here I will say test rest. Okay, so here I will need to give insert emp emp. To post the data, I will be selecting post again. Okay, here I will give only the request payload. I will not give the response because mostly it becomes the one way only. It is not the two way. Okay, so here I will select the JSON. Next, right? All right. Now invoke invoke. I have to use the database here. Okay, this is the database connection I have created. Simply I will use this at invoke point. Same thing I will do insert next. Sorry. Okay, you see, this is my trigger point and this is my invoke point, and this is my mapper. Here, if you want to filter any data, you can filter some data here. If you say, uh, if you want to give some conditions only, you can give it like in if this is null, then it should not insert or what. So let's say first name is if first name not equal to null. You can give certain, conditions, expressions on basis of this here. Only that's it, nothing else. You cannot perform any each for loop, any assignment operator and all. Simple, just expression value you can give. If you want to compare it with it, that it is not null and all. If something called employee ID is less than or salary is less than 5,000, then do not insert it. Something like that. You can perform some operations. Okay, I will go to mapper. Same thing here. Mostly, nobody use this method, basic routing.
Okay.
Even for the simplest one, people used to do. Means we are using app-driven orchestration. Hardly we use it. Hardly. So, tracking. It did not give the tracking. It will not allow me to activate. Where to put it? All right. Now it will allow me. Okay. Let me open this. So here I will try to insert only two fields. So let me just try to give this name, first name blank. Let's see what happens. It did not answer. Though it is successful, but it did not answer. Let's try. Okay. Actually, that was error. Now see, 202 accepted. Alright, it's clear.
Yes.
See, this basic routing is basically the one way, so that is why it will give you 202 accepted only. Otherwise, it would have given the 200 in other cases. You see, for this one, I got 200, okay, and for this one, I got 202 accepted. Clear, right?
Yes. Yes.
Hmm. Now, I will try to update. I will use the update operation here, and I will try to update some data. So what I will do now, this first name is blank. I will try to update this value, okay, for employee ID 5. I will create new integration. I will select the driven orchestration here, same thing. So you understood this basic routing concept, right? So
Yes.
you
Yes.
can use use it anywhere, but mostly we do not use it. So I will say update EMP 20 create, select the trigger point, update employee update. So here I will use the put. Put is to update. Okay, and here what I will do, I will pass one input parameter. I will pass payload. Also, I will need to get the response. It means what I will do, I will pass one input parameter. Input parameter, I will pass it as employee ID. And what data I have to update it, I will pass into the request payload and response status kind of thing. Okay.
Okay.
So here I will say, okay, let me use the template parameter here. So here I will say EMP happen ID. Alright.
Yeah.
Next, I got it here. Next, payload. Payload I have to use it here. Okay. So here I will remove ID because that ID we are getting from input parameter, right? So here simply I will put this first name, last name, salary, whatever data I want to update it, I can put it here. I will say put.
Here only we are updating last name only, right? First name only, right?
Yeah, so see, for mapping purpose, I will give everything, but when I pass some data, there I will give any data.
Okay.
Okay, save. So here I will select update now. Next, next, and done. Now come to the mapper. Okay, now you see this EMP is coming from my input parameter, and I will pass whatever EMP is coming from there to this EMP employee ID, and this name with F name, L name, and salary. Okay, write it. And in status, what I will say, I'll use one concat function here. Okay. Excuse me. Here I will say employee ID. Okay, has been updated. Okay, copy this, come to the document. Here I will select the put, and here I have to give the EMP ID. What is my EMP ID? 5. Okay, so first name, it's blank there, so I will give some first name. February 2007. Okay, so I got the status 5 has been updated. Here it is. Any doubt?
No, Mohit. Good.
Okay, great. So is this fine for a day, or shall I show you one more use case?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, now I will show you how we can delete it. Okay, so here I have delete operation, delete method. So here I will pass only the input parameter. Which ID I have to delete it, I will pass only that ID. Okay, and here if you see it is unchecked as it doesn't allow us to send any request. I will configure field response. So response again, I will say status. next, and done. So here, if I come to this perform an operation on table, I do not have an delete operation here.
Okay.
Okay, so how we can do it? So we can use a run SQL statement. Okay, now I'll select this run SQL statement. Next, so I will create one SQL statement, delete from EMP, where employee ID is equal to, so here I have to select as hash hash EMP ID.
Okay.
You can say EMP ID. Okay, just validate this query. Okay, it is
As is
success.
mandatory,
Come again.
but as symbol is mandatory there.
Hash, yeah. If you want to use it, if you want to link it with any parameter, means you want to pass some dynamic value, then you have to give hash.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
Next, and done. Okay. Now come to the mapper. Now you see this is my input parameter, which is coming from the uh, request, REST request, and this is my parameter, which I am going to pass dynamic parameter. So I will select this, map it with validate, and choose it. Come down for the response. So here again I will say employee ID 1 has been deleted. Okay, see, close. Right, activate. Post mode. Here I will use delete. Hmm. Let me select a new. Okay, because we will not be passing any request payload, right? and here I will delete this file. Okay, so I'll pass id file. Okay, all right. File has been deleted.
Yes.
So if I go here and query it, file is not there. So like this, you can use the query operation as well. Similarly, you can view all the monitoring details here. This for insert basic update maybe. Okay, so you can dig it from there if you want. So any questions here so far? So for PLSQL, how we can use a procedure, I will show you tomorrow that.
Okay.
Okay, so you can practice and do let me know. We will continue further tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
If I get the time for evening, so you are available in evening.
Yeah, but ping me. I'll maybe today I may have call, so I can
Okay,
just ping me
that's
when you
fine.
connect. I will tell you.
Okay,
Okay.
fine. Okay. Yeah, bye.